Hello again for questions part 2. Right, I left off, I had quite a difficult question from Neil. I knew somebody was going to ask this, and I had kind of thought about it, and there's probably things I'm going to miss when I say the things I'm going to say. He asked, what has been the highlight? There's different types of highlights. First of all, I'm going to answer days of walking. So basically the walk days that were highlights. I probably missed something out here, but I know that day 16 was just wonderful. That was Innerleithen to Selkirk in the Borders. So this was covering part of the Tweed Valley and the Southern Upland Way. It was just amazing. Also, the leg from Blanchland, just at the very south of Northumberland, to Stanhope, which is County Durham. That was going over the North Pennine Moors. Both these have in common the fact that, apart from at the Three Brethren on the Southern Upland Way, I met no one. And the Pennine Moors, the North Pennine Moors, I had them to myself. And it was a sunny day in the Borders, and the Pennine Moor day was really grey and windy, but it was invigorating stuff. And there was all these old like mine shafts and workings of the mines, and it was just wild, and the birds, you know, your curlews and your lapwings, and it was just amazing. So both of them had in common the fact that I was totally alone and just on moorland too. So that must have something to do with it. I also enjoyed the legs from Bamford to Baslow and Baslow to Matlock. That was following the Derwent Valley Heritage Trail. It was really easy going underfoot. It was just basically river walking. It was beautiful, really nice. And we went past, well, not we, the trail went down past Chatsworth House, it was quite stunning. Also Lichfield to Little Aston in Staffordshire. That was surprisingly a really joyous kind of day. I'm saying surprisingly because I didn't quite expect to be that good. I think that was why. I was walking through fields of barley, and it just, you know, it was a nice day. Places also are highlights. So these are the places that were my main highlights. Aysgarth Falls in Wensleydale. I was in full Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves mode. Also Hadrian's Wall. It's just amazing. Roslin Chapel. I thought it was going to be overhyped. I was really unwilling to pay to go to, you know, get into the grounds, but I'm so glad I did. Amazing. The Bluebell Woods of Fife were a highlight. Again, that was just splendid isolation there. Blanchland, little village in Northumberland, like an abbey village. Very isolated and just wonderful. Deerhurst, similar situation. Very small village with 2 Saxon churches right on the River Severn. Has great big floodgates beside it. And the final one, Gloucester Cathedral. I mean, Worcester Cathedral was wonderful, but Gloucester Cathedral, stunning, friendly, progressive, interactive with the community, but just beautiful. Okay, there's also like moments. Crossing Carter's Bar from the Borders into Northumberland. Notice I'm not saying Scotland into England. And crossing the River Tay, the River Forth, the River Severn on the big bridges. Also getting soaked on a wild and windy moors near Castle Bolton. And the other thing has been people. Duncan was asking about rejuvenation. Did I see my pilgrimage as being a way of rejuvenating myself? I didn't have that clear intention. I kind of wanted to walk and see what happened. I feel like when I'm walking, I can come out with myself and look upon myself as if I'm from outer space, and I can see things more clearly because I'm not at home. I'm away from my home setting. Curiously though, I stopped getting headaches. I have not been susceptible to a virus every odd week, which I am at home. I'm rarely tired, even when I'm short on sleep or my sleep's been disturbed. I can manage. Generally, I've been sleeping well when it's not too hot. Apart from getting heat rash and allergy, my skin and hair has been in better condition, even when eating things which are less than healthy. I feel lighter despite having a rucksack on my back. My back's the best it's been in years. I feel more symmetrical, evened out. This is what I should be doing. That's what I feel. And that's not even touching on what it's doing for my mind. So yes, maybe not the clearest of intentions, but it is rejuvenating me. Vicky and Drew asked what keeps me motivated to get up and walk another 15, 13, 20 miles every day. I give this quite a lot of thought. The sticks help me because they're like a metronome beating as I'm going along. But they're not marking time. They're not marking miles, but they're marking passage. It's the rhythm. And with this rhythm, I don't have to make the decision to walk. I just do it. I can get up and do it time and time again as it's a decision that I don't have to make. It's all about rhythm. And because I have that focus, because I know where I'm going, I can just get on and do it. And it's now a case of trying to take that back into my regular life, which will hopefully never become my normal life again. Trying to find ways of getting that into my normal life. I do have a couple of reminders with me. One is my little greenfinch pin badge, or was my little greenfinch pin badge, which I would sometimes touch. But unfortunately it disappeared on the Derwent Valley Trail in Derbyshire. I also have a touchstone, one that I carry with me like every day, even at work. It's from the Chalice Well at Glastonbury. But it's in the front of my pouch and I forgot about it. Kind of forgot it was there. So I've not really needed to touch base in that way most of the journey. I'd kind of most of the journey I'd actually forgotten about the ultimate destination. I wasn't even thinking about Glastonbury at all. It's been more just each stage. I have sometimes touched my pendant, you know. I just touch it as a reminder. I mean, this is the rose quartz. This is the Tiffany pendant because I have a few hairs from my little baby Tiffany that we lost at the end of last year here. So I've got her with me because if she was still alive, I don't think I would be doing the pilgrimage at the moment. I also have one with an amber stone. That was my late Auntie Eunice, who stayed in Cheddar. Very spiritual person, and she's with me on this journey. And the other one is actually from the Chalice Well Gardens in Glastonbury. It's water from the Chalice Well, and I got that pendant for my wedding. So, and you may see a little horse. I don't have it on today, but it's like the Uffington White Horse, which I'm not actually going to, but it's symbolic of Rhiannon, the horse goddess. You know, it's about movement, and it was about Beltane, that kind of time. So, you know, I will sometimes touch my pendant, but that's about it. I know where I'm going. I'm going due south, and south I will go. So that's why I find it quite easy to just keep going. And it's fun. It's an adventure. Right, Carol has asked what I have learned about myself. Basically, I've learned that I'm okay. In fact, I'm more than okay. I'm actually thriving. I've learned that I do actually need structure. I don't thrive in chaos as much as I'd like to. I would rebel against a rigid timetable in my life, but I need to have a goal, a focus, an ikigai. And I need to just go and do it. I need to keep things simple, pared back in my mind, in my possessions, digitally and socially. I've learned that I get headaches, I get viruses, I'm almost I'm almost always tired, and not through physical exertion. But it's not through not fully fueling myself properly or getting enough sleep. I have learned that it's actually through my overactive, overfiring, overwhelming, overstimulated, drowning mind. I use a huge amount of energy trying to make decisions, trying to do everything, but ending up doing nothing as a result, running round in circles, then worrying and panicking because nothing gets done. So that is a big lesson. I've discovered that I need lots of time alone, preferably in the countryside. My favourite days were spent in splendid isolation. So I hope that sheds some light on some of the questions that you had. Thank you very much for asking them. If you do have any others at any time, please let me know, because it's quite fun trying to think and answer them. Bye.